Ogar!
In case you guys missed it,
Let's get to it.
In World of Warcraft, you know, and I was about to say a lot about this. Like, I'm not gonna lie, I was pissed. At first, we died, and I was like, oh,
Yeah.
my bad. Right? It is what it is. I died. Shouldn't have done that, blah, 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 blah. But I, like, dove deeper into it, and I actually watched, probably out of the 39 different people's perspectives, I watched probably like 30 people's perspectives.
Okay.
These people are the biggest, and again, remember, I said this before. I said these WoW players are pussies, right?
Right back at you. Right back at you.
And they all cried to me. Remember? When I called during the Yamato thing.
All of them. All of them. Let's generalize. All of them cried too. Okay.
You weren't jumping in anyway. And they were like, well, don't call us pussies, bro. No, you don't know what you layered. Like, you.
Yeah, by the way, they really had like a good argument because like you tried to create a situation where or just somehow like naturally a situation was created where you jumped into a Gurubashi arena and there was actually no one there. There was actually like practically like no 60s there that would oppose you or oppose your like raid group. And that's it. Like a situation was created, and that was the pussy shit. But if everyone would, as Soda Poppin suggested, would get to Gurubashi Arena, and then, you know, like, and that's the thing, like, and people would have, like, actually time to get there, and it's like, all of the OnlyFans is there. They're starting, they're telling, like, okay, this is the time, everyone is here, you go in. And that's the fucking challenge or whatever, you know, like, and then, you know, Tyler1 would do his own thing. He would try to save Yamato, and probably the whole, all of his raid, all of his like SEAL Team 6 or whatever he was calling it, they would fucking die. Okay, and that would be even better content. Actually, that would be better content than him just like doing this, like almost like secretly. Having kind of a secret Discord where nobody was invited anymore. No people from the guild were really invited there, and they formed their own thing. They went and done this whole shit, basically not in sync with everyone else. But most importantly, it mattered that like it wasn't in sync with OnlyFans, with all the other OnlyFans members. It wasn't like a guild event. Tyler1 just made it like, oh, hey, we're just going to do this the way I wanted to, and that's it. And that's his, like, fucking take or whatever, and it's a shit take. And, you know, and people actually had, like, a really good argument against that like, oh, yeah, you survived the Gurubashi Arena, and nobody fucking jumped in. Yeah. Because there was like no point in jumping in. Your team already had it because there was no one to fight there. There was no one to fight there, actually. Wow, you fucking defended against like a few people in a team of like 15. Oh, good job. Good job. What a scrub.
Absolutely pussies. I told.
So you're the one who's being a coward because you did it in a cowardly way, and if you wouldn't do it this way, then you wouldn't even survive. And in this way, it's like it's completely opposite. You survived because there was practically no one there who could actually kill you, except for like if somebody in OnlyFans would also make a group and wipe your group. That's it. But that's the thing, like nobody could get to the Slayer, or they were like they spent too much time like fucking trying to find it, and it's just it was not a fucking challenge, okay? Like, so shut the fuck up about it.
I told myself I wasn't gonna crash out. I'm about to crash out. Like I made a whole like notepad of exact time sheet in my life. Bad call. I don't think it was necessarily. It was 100% late. Yes.
Yes, it was a bad call.
You stupid, degenerate, bitch ass.
Right back at you.
That is the point.
That is not the point. He's trying to he's basically trying to make like an argument that like he's saying this because so this would serve his narrative as if like, oh hey, it's a content guild, right? And because it's a content guild, we should have like, when you wanted people, and only because you fucked up. That's the thing. It wasn't like he created content and he thought about it. Oh, okay, like let's just make it like super risky and let's just like fucking risk, like just go all in and risk our characters right now, and he like made that decision like maybe beforehand or something, he had like this plan or whatever. No, he just like fucked up. A situation was created where people could die, and he, instead of actually like waiting like just like a few seconds and like avoid the boss mechanic and actually survive, he decided to like, oh hey, like let's just do this thing that I want. And that is basically like his like, and the only argument that he has is what he made up afterwards, that like, oh, this is because this is for content, otherwise this is like this would be like boring. Yeah, it's really interesting when people like are just making up shit after the fact. You fucked up and now you're trying to justify it with some really really bad like fucking takes or whatever.
Raid leading.
What a coward and a pussy.
Player, even raid leading, to cause bad situations, right? And if you just see a bad situation,
no, wrong. Not to cause bad situations. It's only about like just people who are new to WoW, how they're gonna like deal with the situations. But that's the thing. Like there's no point in coming unprepared, because like it's not much content that people died. How much content did we actually get out of like the fact that people died? Not much. Only this like Tyler's retarded behavior right now, like this completely degenerate and obnoxious, egotistical behavior right now. That is what we're getting out of it, right? Out of that situation. But the fact that like people died there, man, there was no fun in that. Practically no fun in that. Like it was a little bit entertaining in terms of like when Peekaboo died, it was like at first he's like laughing, all the way, he's just like having a good time, and he's like just being his like moronic self or whatever, like he's just being funny. And then as soon as he laughed and he went back in, he dies, and I mean that's an interesting moment. But like yeah, like literally we got no content out of this outside of Tyler1 behaving like a moron now. This is the content. This is like this drama that he's being obnoxious. He's misunderstanding the situation. Yeah, this is the content. Maybe like he did this on purpose. Maybe he's actually like rage baiting or whatever. Maybe he kind of like maybe that was the plan. But that's the thing. Is he really that kind of person that is gonna pretend for content, create drama? No. This is him. This is like genuinely him. This is him. This is what he actually thinks. And that's the thing. This is just his perspective. But on the other hand, we just have facts. Just use facts and you're never going to be wrong. But this motherfucker, all he's using here is just his feelings and his like perspective on the situation. And that's the thing. He's just trying to justify his shitty behavior, his shitty call, his shitty decision making after the fact, and he's doing a pretty bad job.
And you're like, that I'm not following, it's a bad call. What is the point of even having new people raid lead if you're just gonna say nobody?
Everyone would say fuck it, because first of all, this is not like a regular, this is not a regular raid on a regular WoW server. This is hardcore. If you didn't understand it before, dumbass, you will understand it now, because the difference is, for instance, if you play on a regular server, right, not non-hardcore, people die and it's not a problem. But still, even if it would be like ballsy and like people would like jump in and like all of the raid would die practically, and maybe like the last like few people would finish off the boss, and that would like look pretty cool. Yes, but at the same time, if we're talking about like just even on a non-hardcore server, the situation would be this: everyone would need to like resurrect, right? And that like and spend time on that. Then rebuffing, which is like super fucking boring. Basically, resetting is really boring, right? Like rebuffing, resetting, and another thing, you would lose all of your world buffs. All of the world buffs would be gone, and yeah, then that's the thing. Like, then why are you? Why he never even made a point that like, oh hey, let's do this without world buffs. He's like gonna complain about like add-ons, he's gonna complain about all kinds of like stupid bullshit, but like, why not just say also like, let's do it without like world buffs? Because that's the thing, like if you die you lose the world buffs, and in hardcore if you die then you lose everything, and that's it. There's no content in that. There was content before when there were like some stupid deaths or whatever, or there were like some funny deaths. But now at this point in time, while they're doing this content, while they're doing Molten Core, dying is not that entertaining anymore. It's like, okay, it's just sad and that's it. And even like you don't even feel sadness that much, or like it's not like a person leveled and then and they didn't even reach 60, but they were really close or whatever, and they need to relevel, and maybe they're not gonna make in time on and won't be able to make it to the first raid or whatever. Yeah, I mean that like viewers cared about that more than when already like they're in the raid and they're dying. Because when they're in the raid and they're dying, it's like viewers only care like, are you going again? Oh, you're not. Okay, then it's over. It's like just like that, and it's gone. Like the interest is gone. Oh, you're going again? Yeah, maybe I'm a little bit interested. I'm saying that, but at the same time, it's gonna be like leveling again. So, hey, it's boring. So he doesn't even understand, the value of this content that he supposedly tried to create or whatever. It's how he's justifying his shitty fucking call and shitty actions.
He wants to sit there and watch you disgusting sweats min-max Molten Core for 20 years straight. That's why nobody watches in the first place until OnlyFans. So if you're just going to roach out when something goes wrong and blame a bad call from a person who's never raid led in the first place, why are we even here, right? Like,
That's the thing, like, bad calls like this, they kill people. And if it's not just like, they're like just, that's the thing, like, people are like being killed in Molten Core so fast that literally there's just no content. While people are leveling, at least like from the time when the person is in danger, right? And it's like a dangerous situation, and that person might die, to the point that the person will die. It can be like, it can be like in just a few seconds, or it can be as long as like 1 minute, and maybe like somebody will die after like 1 minute, right? The period of time in which that happens is like pretty long, and this is actually like some content, right? But when somebody is like one-shotted because like a fucking annihilator or whatever like charged into them and fucking one-shotted them, literally with one attack, bam, and like a caster is dead. Like, where's like entertainment in that? Where's content in that? This It's completely boring. Like, these bad calls or bad decisions, they just kill people, and they just destroy OnlyFans. That's the thing. Like, OnlyFans, for OnlyFans to even exist, it needs the goddamn fucking content creators. And the content creators, some of the content creators are not going to re-level. And this motherfucker knows it himself. He knows it himself. He said it many times before. Like, this conversation is like so old. And at the same time, he's like just contradicting himself and saying like, oh, no, you know, like as if like, oh, it's going to be like fun if we die or whatever, you know, like, or like clutch this up. People would still die on that. Even if, like, that's the thing, like, even if he would make the call earlier, the chance of nobody dying is literally, like, super small. And it was already enough that he tanked in the wrong position. It was already enough for that, like, to be dangerous for everyone, right? So it's just stupid, you know? And that's the thing, like, this motherfucker had time to prepare. He was in the first raid with soda popping. There's also information online, like a ton of it, like how you do the boss, and the boss doesn't even have that many mechanics. It's just like he starts to fucking pulse, and you run out, and that's it. And then you run in, and you damage him, and then you run out, and that's it. And you as a tank, you don't even need to do much. You just do your usual stuff. You generate aggro, and that's it. And when you're back on the boss, you just pull him, you know, to the right spot, more or less, and that's it. And you're also, as a raid leader, you're checking. You also see it on the screen, and that's what the add-on is for. You fucking moron, because like 6 seconds for the living bomb to run out of the group into another place. If you don't see it immediately on the screen who has the living bomb, without the add-on, it might take too much time. Like, if you're the one who's like calling out that shit, because like first you need to like notice it, maybe like on somebody, like on the raid frames or whatever. Then you need to like fucking react to it, or like understand, oh, okay, I need to like make the call, right? If you're like a new player, obviously, like maybe you're not gonna like do it as fast. And then the person like needs to like react to that, right? He needs to hear it, or like understand what he heard, and then run. And maybe he's gonna make it in time and actually like create enough distance to not hit anyone. Not even like, it's not even gonna be like oh, you know, this person is gonna make it, you know, to the right spot. Maybe he's not gonna make it, but like he still needs enough distance to not hit anyone, and not to kill anyone, not to damage anyone, right? But like, how can a person do that if you don't? Does he even have like the add-on for it? I'll check later. Does he have the add-on which shows like at which point, like when somebody has like the living bomb on them, so he would like call that shit out. And that's the thing, like he as a new player and not wanting to use like this add-on that is super important, but he's like still using some other add-ons, is completely moronic. It's like, if you hate add-ons so much, then show like some kind of like high-level fucking top-tier gameplay. Show it. You don't know how to PvP, you're shit at PvP, you're shit at PvE. What is there even to talk about?
Reading so much, like, by the way, my Twitter is just spam. Well, he should have pulled the boss back. Yes, bro, in a perfect world, I would have pulled...
Not in a perfect world. It was a really easy job. It's not like, oh, in a perfect world, or like, oh, you need like a fucking, like some of these dumb chatters and dumb commenters on YouTube are making like the point, oh, if it would be in a perfect world, or like if that person would be like rank 1, or like if that person would be Ompi, or like if he would be like Zaryu, or if he would be like Sony, like some kind of like, you know, some kind of like rank 1 or whatever, like players, if he would be like a pro player, then he would like definitely do that. No! It's PvE, it's an easy job. You just like take the boss, and because you have the aggro, you just drag him to the right spot, and that's it. It's not hard because tanking is already happening, and you can move in the process. You can move as much as you want in the process, as long as the boss is on top of you and you're still continuing like fucking like hitting him and like damaging him and creating that aggro and like keeping the boss on you.
Pull the boss back. Pull the boss back. I f***ed up. So what are we gonna do about it? Are we all just gonna stop playing? Apparently, because if things don't go pixel perfect for these WoW freaks, they just leave.
And that's not even pixel perfect. Like he's talking about like this is some kind of like perfect thing, or it's like a hard thing or difficult or anything like that. But it's not even like a difficult situation. It's not like his job was like super hard or anything. It's just you did do the usual thing that you did like in fucking dungeons for fucking 300 to 400 hours literally. And somehow you can do the same and move. He knew where to move. He knew where to move. If you're like so fucking pussy, if you're so afraid or whatever, and you can't move, whose fault is that? And why are you like putting that on others? And saying like, oh, if it's not like perfect. Okay, if it's not perfect, then you have a responsibility as a tank, at least, to then change the position or make the call to basically change the strat. That is your job as a tank. And if you're not doing that and mechanics are still there, the boss is still going to do his own mechanics. You know, so like if that is changing, right, your positioning. You literally change what you do, right? And you don't accommodate for that. Like you don't like change the strats. You don't let people know that like, oh hey, this and that. You know, like what can we do there or whatever. Like you're not communicating the how the situation has changed, right? And at the same time, you know, the boss still has his own, nothing changes about the boss. The boss has still his own mechanics. He still does the same, all of the same things. He does all of them. All of the same things. Nothing changes for the boss. It doesn't matter where you attack him. He's still going to do the same fucking stuff, right? So if you change something, it's not like, oh, we can. There's like a lot of like shit that you can do to play around that. No, the mechanics of the boss force certain shit to happen. Like if you're like in this position, then the person that is gonna be with the whole raid needs to move back or whatever. Then like the whole situation changes. Right, and like the person with the living bomb needs to go to another place, and all of that needs to be communicated or whatever. And that's the thing. Like maybe the person like will not decide, or maybe he will not understand, you know, etc., etc. And you're not even like communicating any of that. So like people have to like decide on their own, you know, and like sort this out on their own and make a decision on their own. And you're not even calling out the living bombs. So, you know, and there's like a huge delay on that, and then like those like 6 seconds pass like really fast, and the raid gets like fucking damaged, and potentially they could have been wiped because this moron doesn't call out the shits, and he doesn't like communicate that there are changes to his positioning, and that means that in that spot the strat also changes, kind of. What people do and where they position them, like everyone else in the raid also needs to reposition themselves, and the living bomb needs to, you know, you need to go about the living bomb a little bit differently. And that's the thing, like it's just like a few mechanics, but you're not communicating any of that. You know, there's not that much going on. But he's not like dealing with the situation at all. He's like as if he would like play League of Legends, and he would like go on the Baron and start the Baron himself, and then scream at his like teammates and say like, "Don't you see that I'm on the Baron?" You know, but beforehand he wouldn't even signal them that he's on the Baron and he's clearing the Baron, you know, like by himself, and that he needs help. So he wouldn't communicate that, die on the Baron, and then blame everyone else. That would be like the practically the same situation, motherfucker. What a dumb motherfucker.
Bro, what is? Are we? By the way, are we playing World of Weak Aura? World of Add-on? Bro, I was watching 95% of their POVs. And there's this like.
This is about add-ons.
A huge pop-up this big appears and is like, run away! Why are we even playing? You know, what are we even doing? By the way, it's called like deep doing.
He's just complaining about add-ons, but what this moron doesn't understand is that like add-ons existed before hardcore existed. They existed from original WoW. As soon as like WoW launched, people went into dungeons, went into raids, and many of the people understood that like without like a few add-ons, they literally like they have to guess. And they have to like use some kind of timers, and it's like all like it's becoming like super complicated, and some people are not gonna like do the mechanic. They're gonna die, and like shit is gonna be like super hard, and you don't even know what you're talking about. Like add-ons existed from classic WoW back in the day when it wasn't even hardcore, and it's only to actually like clear. You know, maybe not necessarily Molten Core, but still, like people like spend so much time clearing Molten Core on classic WoW back in the day. Like so many fucking months passed before they actually somebody like fucking cleared it. So what are you even talking about? Like, if you don't have add-ons, you fucking moron. Yes, then what happens? What do you think happens? Come on, Tyler. Like, think with your head. What do you think happens? And that's the thing, like in this video, like we just see that he doesn't think, he doesn't stop and think, he doesn't do any of that, right? All he does is just like spout some kind of nonsense to justify his stupid fucking behavior. Okay, so okay, and that's the thing, like that's because all because he's bitter, all because he's salty, all because he lost his character, and all this shit because he fucked up. Now he's like just went and decided to like, oh hey, you know, like I'm just gonna be, I guess he just decided to be obnoxious or something, and like you know, grow a huge ass ego, and just like pretend that he's not, you know, he's not wrong, but he is wrong. The thing with no add-ons is that like if you don't have any add-ons, what happens on Baron Geddon? What happens there? Well, if you don't have like Fred meter, what does happen? Do people like know if they're like overpulling or not overpulling, but like if they're generating too much Fred? Do they know that? No, they don't. You know, and there will be like multiple situations in the raid on hardcore where people would just die because they wouldn't have the Fred meter. And yeah, they would just need to play like super safe. So super safe that is just, yeah. It would need to be like super clean, the whole like fucking raid. How they do it, and it would be like way slower. It would need to be super safe. And you know, every time like people would need to give extra time to the tank to kind of like understand that he's like enough threats generated. Without add-ons, you wouldn't see any of that. You wouldn't understand any of that, and you would just have to guess, or just like give more time. And this would be even more boring, you motherfucker. This shit that you're complaining about, so that like, oh, stuff is boring, it would be even more boring without the add-ons. It would be tedious. It would be super tedious and super fucking annoying and super fucking boring doing this shit, because like people wouldn't know their threat. So they need to be extra careful and give like more time to the tank, and it would be more time than like normal, you know, with the threat meter. That's it, you know. And also if we're talking about like, oh, okay, so there's like no DBM or whatever, add-on that like does the call outs and it shows like a pop-up on the screen. Okay, so let's say like that's not the case, right? So now people need to pay attention and actually see when they have like the living bomb. All right. So now people like have to be like even more aware. They have to like watch their debuff, and maybe they're not gonna notice it. There's basically like less chance for them to notice it, and it would be like the same way as like it was like right here in his raid. Because even though like this shit like popped up for many people, some of the people like still like reacted to that, or not, maybe, or maybe not even reacted to that. I don't know. I'll have to like watch it later or something. If anyone who had the fucking add-on, if they had like a pop-up on screen, they have the living bomb and they haven't like moved out. Like if that like peanut guy or whatever. No, was it peanut guy? I don't remember who it was. But basically, there was like one dude that like, or a few people that kind of like fucking exploded on everyone. All right. So yeah, if people are already not doing that and they already like did not study or did not pay attention, that they need to actually like watch the screen and like react to that specific like fucking command to run away with the living bomb. Then it's going to be the same without the add-on. Without the add-on, they would also need to watch, for the debuff. They would need to understand when they actually have the debuff, and they would need to run out. And they would need to recognize the debuff. They would need to look at the debuff, under all of the buffs, and recognize this is the one, and they have it, and it would be a little bit harder, and people would need to be like taught better. And that's the thing. If these new players wouldn't be taught better, then how they were like taught up until this point. If they wouldn't study better, if they wouldn't prepare better, way better than here, it would be a full wipe, and OnlyFans would be done with this practically. Yeah, like then it would be even more chance that OnlyFans would be done and people would like lose interest, because like a lot of these content creators would not go again. Like way more people would die. So again, just bad fucking arguments by this idiot.
90% of the people had this on, so I'm saying stay.
Add-ons on hardcore WoW are mandatory because the game was already made not with like hardcore in mind. It's not designed for hardcore. It's not designed for hardcore. It works with hardcore, but it's not designed for hardcore. So if you go without add-ons, it's even worse situation than it was in classic WoW back in the day. And the punishment is you either re-level or you don't even play anymore ever.
You can't even see their screen because it says run away. No, I'm not even lying. It is taking up their entire screen. Just telling you
it doesn't take up entire screen, you fucking idiot.
Zero IQ, non-adaptable shit. And these guys want to say that they're big bad. Like,
and so why you didn't have it, and why didn't you call out the fucking living bomb? It was your job. Or why you did not assess if people like in your raid, all of them understand when they have the living bomb. Why didn't you like ask them? Why didn't you learn that? How aware people in your raid are of the living bomb? How good their reaction is going to be? Why don't you know that? Or why didn't you prepare to call this out? Why didn't you prepare more for this? So you would call that shit out. And that's the thing. Then you can do it without the add-on. I mean, if you're like so like confident in yourself that you're gonna call out all of the shits, why the fuck?
Yes, okay. There's some bad players, which by the way, I'm just gonna say it. Yamato. I don't give a shit. I'm crashing out. Yamato. Bro, you're a pussy. Everything I've done for you, bro, and to watch your VOD and what you did, to see me begging.
Well, first of all, you didn't beg. You just screamed like a moron. Second, even though you're saying fuck him out, and then he's gonna go like and talk about like some kind of like friendship shit or whatever, and it's like, okay, so if you're friends, then why does this matter? You're just playing a game. Like, why does he need to sacrifice his character for you? Or like, why does he need? Why does anyone in the raid need to do anything differently than the strats? There's just a simple strats. You just run out, then you wait a little bit, the boss pulses, you go back. You run away, the boss pulses, then you go back. And you do the living bomb shit. Why do anything else? It's like, and that's the thing, this is not even like that you're like on some kind of like timer, you need to do this super fast or whatever. No, it's like it's just risky, and there for this risk, there was literally never any reward. Ever. If you die, that's it. You're gone. If you die like in regular WoW, not hardcore, then okay, so you killed the boss faster, but you're dead. And now you need to waste time on, or on bringing people up, like on reviving people. And then also these people don't have the world buffs and all kinds of other buffs anymore. So you just also like wasted a ton of mats right there. What? Then maybe he would like make an argument, the world buffs, like that is like another like fucking topic. World buffs, like he probably doesn't like world buffs, then don't play with world buffs. And it would be even harder. You would actually need to be even more careful. And if you as a raid leader wouldn't do your job right in a situation with no world buffs, then you would be even more fucked, and you would wipe the raid because you're a fucking moron. In this case, in this situation, Tyler1 is incompetent, acts in an obnoxious way, has bloated ego. He just blew it out of proportions. Just acts like a fucking moron, an asshole, and all that fucking shit. And he is the actual coward. He's the actual coward. Why didn't you like move the boss then to the right spawn? Huh, you pussy? Why didn't you do it? What are you like super busy there or something? Like what are you? Or maybe you just like fucking, or you just pussied out or something. You were just shaking in place, and you were just standing in place, and you couldn't do anything. Do I still have the thread? Do I still have the thread on the boss? Dude, you're completely fucking moronic.
To come back, and you are 100% HP watching from Brill. What are we doing, bro? What are we doing? I said what I said. It is what it is. No. Okay, I'll just crash out on that one. No, it. Them all. The whole guild. Bro, I'll go another way. I was watching Anne's POV. She ran. I said it. I don't give a shit. She canceled a heal and ran. What? Bro, I played with you guys for 500 hours.
That's the thing. Like, when he actually, like, screamed for heals, and when he screamed, you can't listen, it was him not understanding the situation that he actually fucked up. He went he went for the boss again while the boss was still pulsing, and the last pulse hit like super hard and immediately like thrown him to around like half HP. So he saw that, and he kind of like panicked or like stressed out or whatever, and he just showed like emotions like, oh, you can't fucking listen, like he's just like fucking screaming at them. He's already like angry at them, but like that's the thing, like it was his fault that he even got to health. He didn't even understand that. He just like shitted on them and screamed on them, even though he created the situation of health. He would never have health there instantly if he would not go like too early on the boss. he would not be hit by the pulse, and everything would be fine, and he would not be stressing out or screaming like a moron. What an idiot.
Yamato, I've played with you guys for 500 hours. How are you guys running when I'm calling?
Huh? Like, again, it's like, oh, we've played together? So you have to listen to my some kind of egotistical, delusional, fucking, idea. You have to support my shit. No, like, it doesn't matter how much I play with someone, how much like I'm friends with someone or whatever. If I just like disagree with you, I don't support you, or I feel that you're doing something dangerous, that can get you killed. By the way, if this would be in real life, Tyler1 would be dead, and Yamato would be alive, and it would be completely fine because he would be the moron who was impatient and just like suicided. That would be the situation, that he acted in a way that was like impatient. He risked basically like everything for no reward, and he lost all of it. That would be like completely his fault and nobody else. And people would like say, if this would happen, something like similar would happen in real life, nobody else would be blamed 100%, because like you're the one who decided it, even though you didn't have to. It's like, what?
A healer called like Akua stayed straight there and was dropping heals. Didn't move, got it off. What are we doing? Zico, you're a pussy. You're a little bitch, bro. You are the biggest shit talker, but the most pussy person.
Huh? Zico, not only he has like, oh my god, like Zico has the street cred. He can back up everything he's saying, practically everything, and at the same time, he's an insanely good PvPer, and that's the thing. Like, he's a rank 1 mage. Like, what are you talking about? And he's ranged. He's standing, at a range, and he had already like pretty low mana and all that stuff. Like, and that's the thing. Like, he also like needed to move back because you constantly fucked up. Like, he already like, that's the thing. This moron tanked the boss in the wrong position. And then when the boss got into even closer position to the raid, so at first like the boss was already like in the wrong position, and it was like too close to the raid, right? It was close to the raid, not in the right position. So then when he ran out, and then when he went in again, the boss was even closer to the raid. So everyone needs to waste time and lose their DPS, because you're a fucking moron, and everyone, the healers and the DPS, the ranged DPS, need to move out and need to create distance, because you can't fucking like make good decisions for shit.
I've ever seen in my life. After that whole Yamato thing, dude was acting hard. Yeah, I'll 1v2 Makara you and Yamato. Not 1 point of damage. Not 1 point. None. 100% HP the entire fight. Ran down the hallway. Bro.
Like, what are you talking about? Like, he's ranged. He's not going to take damage. What's the point of taking damage there? If he's going to be in the range of taking damage, that he's going to receive like fucking 3,000 damage, 5,000 damage, and he's going to be dead. Like, Tyler1 is literally stupid. He's stupid. He's dumb. Literally, like, fucking, like, if he would just have, like, one eye, like, a big, like, fucking snarl tooth or whatever, and, like, fucking, like, huge forehead, I mean, that would make more sense. That would make more sense. If this would be, like, a baby, that would make more sense. It would be a little crying baby, a little crying baby. That would make more sense. Yeah, like... Zico was like practically everyone like that was like ranged and they were like full HP for the most part of the fights, and that's how it should be, you moron, because like that just means that they're like, you know, at a safe distance and at the right distance, and obviously they're not going to receive any damage because they would only receive damage from living bomb because they're not going to be in range of the pulse. And if you're saying that like, oh, sacrifice some of your health to deal damage, well, you fucking moron, you don't even know that like a frostbolt, for instance, is like a 2-second cast. And in those 2 seconds, I think like 2 pulses happen. I think like Baron Geddon, let us see. Okay, Baron Geddon abilities. Baron Geddon, classic World of Warcraft. Where is he? Yes, can you like please like, okay, abilities? No. 8 seconds? But is it like a pulse every 1 second? Every 1 second. It hits every 1 second. So like fucking... You absolute moron. Zico would move out. Maybe he would move in between like 2 pulses. But if it pulses like each second, he would die before he could even cast a frostball, you fucking idiot. Why would he move even closer, dude? Doesn't make any sense. What? You're saying like as if like he needs to receive damage or something, or like or by receiving damage he's gonna deal more damage, or like by being closer to the boss he's gonna deal more damage. That's not the case, you fucking idiot. And if he was like in the range of the pulse, or he didn't quite understand how far the pulse hits, obviously he's gonna create like a distance with blink. And if he blinks, then what does blink do? It's instant. It's basically like a really fast, you know, disposition or whatever, like really fast way, very quick way to change your positioning. It's like the fastest way. It's faster than running, obviously. So, you know, obviously, like, he just did the optimal thing, and then he can continue to DPS. So, what are you talking about? What? If he felt like he was in danger, and it wasn't clear, right? Because, like, also there's, like, a living bomb situation, right? He didn't understand maybe where the living bomb was. Maybe it's gonna hit him. Maybe the living bomb is like close enough, not necessarily even the boss. Then like, yes, he needs to create distance. Why wouldn't he? What?
You guys shit on Pirate for doing the same thing. What are we doing, by the way?
It's not the same thing. You're a moron. Pirate didn't do the same thing. Pirate did nothing. As soon as like shit hit the fan, he did nothing. Well, Zico just like DPS, and then there was not that much to even do. Like, what are you talking about?
Like Pirate got hate all shit, bro. But for instance, I'll go watch Nathan's POV. Oh, I'm full of crashing out. Pull up the link. More man, I don't care anymore, bro. What? Man, that's the thing. Nathan has responsibilities in life, bro. He does. Watch this shit. Bro, Kayla said that she would that we could maybe work something out where she could, like, because we don't want to, like, it has to be, like, we don't want to sack hours anyway. I was playing that first, happening the whole, the miscarrying soda pop, not give a shit. Like, shut up, man. Respectfully.
What?
I promise your 50 viewers do not give a shit, right?
Huh?
I promise they don't. And if they do give a shit, nobody else cares. That's why you only have 50 people watching. Like, shut up, man. Respectfully. If
what?
I can shut the fuck up during Soda Poppin's raid, I promise you can shut your mouth. I promise you can. Yapping the whole time about irrelevant shit, backseating, just doing all this cringe shit. My raid was the same thing. I watched the Mizkif raid. People were doing it as well. People asked a billion questions. Bro, if I can shut the fuck up during Soda Poppin's raid, I promise you can shut your mouth. I promise you can. I promise your FIFA.
How does that have to do with anything? What are you talking about? It's whatever.
Best call? No. It was the boss in a position? Yes. Can I play better? Yes. In the day, I called these people.
It was a bad call. Like, everybody understands that it's a bad call because you gain nothing from it. You risk for nothing. You don't get some kind of glory. You already went in, you stupid fuck. And you went in early and you already received damage, and that's kind of weird. And then for no reason, he just stays on the boss and continues to damage him. And that's the thing, like, he makes the call, and somehow people need to, like, stop what they're doing and do what he wants. You're just one person. And not only that, you never had, like, the reins on this raid. You never acted as a leader. You're literally a shit leader. You don't have the authority. You don't have the respect. It's not there. Many people say like, oh, respect, 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 but they still understand that Tyler1 is a shit WoW player. And this just like, this proves it even more. So when he, and the fact that he thinks that this is not a shit call, it is a shit call. It's a shit call not because it's like it's done too late, but because like people see that the pulses are gonna happen, right? What do? They run away. They do the strat, and then but you just say, "Oh, finish him, finish him." No, why we need to do what you want, you fucker? We're just gonna run out, and you run out. How about you listen to us? What? It's like, why do you think we should prioritize your stupid fucking shit, whatever the fuck you thought in your head or whatever, or just because you decided to die there, or to make it super risky, just because you decided to finish the boss right here? Why do we have to do the same? And he's calling that out, but people already like doing the regular strat, and they're running out. And they just continue running out, but they're doing it slower because you're fucking screaming the stupidest shit ever. You don't make calls like that, like in a raid. You see how people die fast. Like it's literally one pulse, like 3k. Another pulse, like 5k. That's it. You're done. Like the first pulses deal like less damage, and the last ones deal the most. Like, what? Like it's like, or like a person like gets like one shotted by an annihilator. Just 1 second and the person is dead, and he's like fucking 500 hours or how many hours are just like erased. Like, you don't do this stupid shit in raids, you fucking idiot. That's why add-ons exist. That's why people are going in with like fucking, you know, fucking world buffs. And that's the thing, even this, the whole like world buff situation and all that stuff, even this doesn't help. Even this doesn't help to save people, you know, like from such high damage. And that's why the damage, such high damage is in these raids. It exists in these raids because you are punished for not doing the mechanic, you stupid fuck. You're immediately punished, and you're usually punished in a way that like if you don't react like super fast, you're dead 100%. If you don't understand that, you are going to be punished not instantly, sometimes instantly, but usually just soon. Really soon, in just like in a couple of seconds, you're gonna be fucking dead because you're not doing the mechanic. You're stupid.
Who were supposed to be like sweats, back me up and help, and 25 people ran. Your pussies only.
Huh?
Roaches? Name swap, please.
It's not roaching out to do the mechanic. It's not roaching out. Just because you called out some kind of bullshit, just because you screamed like a bitch about some kind of nonsense, you know, and also like blamed healers for something that they didn't do because they were performing fine. You just fucked up, and you thought that they're fucking up, but they weren't fucking up. You're the one who fucked up, and you're like screaming at them. You're screaming at the raid. You want to do this stupid thing just like spontaneously when people are already doing the mechanic, and you want to die there. Like, what? It's not roaching out. If anything, you're the roach. You're even worse than a roach. You're somebody who is just fucking it up for everyone because of your shit fucking decisions, because of your incompetence, because you were lazy and didn't prepare enough for this, because so you didn't like call out the fucking living bomb, you didn't like tank at the right place, etc., etc., and not just like once. That's the thing. Like the boss was like closer to the raid, didn't move it. Second time you go in on the boss, you don't move it again, and the boss is even closer to the raid. Like, you're doing all of this shit wrong. So, if anything, you're the roach, you're the rats, you're griefing people. You created the situation that killed people, literally. This motherfucker, he's the one who's at fault that people died. And only he is at fault because with the whole positioning and all this stupid shit, he fucked up also the living bomb situation. He fucked it up.
If Soda Pop and name changes the guild to only roaches, officially,
you can rename your family, like your surname. You can rename, you can change your last name to Roach or to Bloated or whatever, like Bloated Ego or some shit like that, because you literally deserve it. After this, like before this, there were some situations, and that's the thing, like he wasn't showing his true colors in a sense, because he was like, yeah, people were like argumenting, you know, people were like against some of his like takes or whatever, you know, they were explaining shit to him, and he was like, yeah, but actually he was still on his own kind of like, you know, he was on his own frequency. He was always on his own frequency, because right in this video we just see how he's like, he's just remembering shit like he's some kind of goddamn woman. He's just remembering shit, and like, even though like people already like talked about it, and he already like argued with people about like all kinds of stuff that he's mentioning that happened before, you know, even before this raid. But he's just like remembering it like some kind of like literally like a nagging bitch. You know, there's just gonna remember all the shit that you have done in a huge period of time, you know. Man, it's just pathetic fucking behavior. It's pathetic fucking behavior, especially because like he already talked about those, like talked about the other problems before, you know, and like it seemed like he understand or something like that, or he pretended that he understands or whatever, or he never even said words like, oh, I agree to disagree, or some shit like that, you know. No, he's just like, yeah, you know, as if he understands. This is the extent of his understanding of things that concern World of Warcraft and people and how they behave and how they act. This is the extent. So before, he wasn't really pretending. He was just like keeping in check his shit behavior, and like it's the same as like, oh, you know, like I'm obviously at some kind of events, like he says, like I'm not gonna like curse and all that stuff, you know, like I'm gonna be really respectful and all that shit, right? But the reality is that's not who you are. This is who you are. You're just a stupid motherfucker who doesn't know what he's talking about and, you know, blaming others and acts obnoxiously. This is not as bad as pirate software. But at the same time, I can say that it's equally bad what's happening here.
Maybe I'll come back. Anyway, sorry, I got sidetracked. So anyway, Nathan's an absolute Chad. Like Nathan's in the front.
How is Nathan as a Chad?
Whatever, completely Chad. Like Nathan's an absolute Chad. Nathan's. Anyway, sorry, I got sidetracked. So anyway, officially, maybe I'll come back.
How did Nathan lose?
So anyway, Nathan's an absolute Chad. Like Nathan's an absolute Chad. Nathan's in the front of it, taking damage, whatever, completely out of it. Watch this. He turns around perfectly out of range. He starts wanding. He starts. I'm yelling, finish! Don't run. He turns around and starts wanding.
That's fine.
Like,
how did he lose that mana? How did he lose that mana, you fucking moron?
Like, bomb. He starts. Whatever. He's an absolute Chad. Anyway, sorry, I got sidetracked. So anyway, Nathan's an absolute Chad. Like Nathan's an absolute Chad. Nathan's in the front of it, taking damage, perfectly out of range. He starts wanding in front of it. Anyway, Nathan's an absolute Chad. Like Nathan's an absolute Chad. Anyway, sorry, I got sidetracked. So anyway, Nathan's an absolute Chad.
Why do you go out of full screen?
Like Nathan's an absolute Chad.
How did he lose all of that mana? Did like the debuff or something like aid it? Maybe.
These only roaches. Name swap, please. If Soda Pop and name changes the you. Anyway, sorry, I got sidetracked. So anyway, Nathan's an absolute Chad. Like Nathan's an absolute Chad. Nathan's in the front of it, taking damage, whatever, completely out of mana. Watch this.
Yeah, on the first pulses, you moron. Just because you could tank that damage on the first pulses because it's not that big.
Whatever lives. Giga Chad. Gets hit by the bomb anyway. Whatever.
Yeah, if he would overstayed 1 second longer, that's it. It was already like really fucking like a lot of damage there.
Lives. Giga Chad. Yeah, he's zero. That's what I'm saying. He's 0 mana and God. Oh, never sweat, by the way. Apparently.
Yeah, let's see.
A random class.
Yeah.
Zico, dude. He had to be shaking, bro.
He was never shaking. You fucking idiot.
Why are we running? Whatever shit. Not a point of damage at any point. Hand shaking. The crazy is, okay, here we go.
Yeah,
We're doing
look at
damage.
that.
Good
Yeah.
shit. Oh! On fire! Everybody out, everybody back up. Okay, go back in.
The pulse doesn't hit him.
100% HP. Has not taken a point of damage. No damage dealt.
He continues to fucking...
Ice blocks air.
Wait, ice blocks what? Oh, he ice blocked the debuff? To preserve mana, no? Look at that. Wait a minute. Yeah, look at that. What did he do there? Burns 400 mana from nearby enemies every 3 seconds for 5 minutes. Each point of mana that is destroyed also damages the target from which it is consumed. Zico literally does what he needs to do. He moved just a little bit out of range.
Ice blocks air. Probably his mouse hand probably.
No, you moron. No, you absolute moron. Zico just blocked to remove the debuff. Wait a minute, is it the debuff? Oh, let's see.
I pressed the probably dealt on me.
I don't think it was a dispel. Was it a dispel? I think he just like ice blocked that shit and he removed it. Because I think, if I remember correctly, like ice block also removes like all kinds of like debuffs. No? See? Let's see. Ice block classic wall. Yeah, ice block classic wall. Protecting you from all physical attacks and spells for 10 seconds. Does it like remove classic wow, does ice block remove debuffs? It will say removed any. Yeah, he just removed the debuffs to save his mana.
The slipped and I blocks air. Damage dealt on me. Has not taken a point of damage. Now no damage dealt on me.
Yeah, there, like it ate his mana, and he immediately ice blocked that shit.
100% HP.
He ice blocked the fucking debuff, you fucking idiot.
Has not taken a point of damage. Now no damage dealt on me.
In all caps lock. No, you absolute ape. Zico blocked the debuff that eats mana. That eats mana. Learn to not bash your head on your keyboard, because it seems it's affecting your eyesight, noob. Fuck him. He deserves the dislikes. He deserves this negative behavior towards him. He's a complete moron. Yeah. Okay, next. Let's see. What more? Okay, Zico. Okay. Resisted. Fuck it. Resisted.
Big move. Big move.
He jumped because that shit would hit him.
Here. Is that Big Nathan? We got a huge frostbolt coming. Boss lives with 2,000 HP. We got a big frostbolt. We got a big oh! Get me out of here! Get me out of here! Oh! Get me out of here! Get me out of here! Oh! Get me out of here! Get me out of here!
Yeah, because like the last pulses hit harder. Why would he sacrifice his character for you? Like, were you stupid?
Oh! Get me out of here! Get me out of here!
Oh, he called out Living Bomb. Because he also didn't know, like, either he didn't know where the Living Bomb is, or he understood where the Living Bomb is, and he created distance to get away from the Living Bomb. So, man, what a dumb moron this Tyler1 is.
We can't plan our
I can't believe like that people are watching him, and that's the thing. Like, it's funny how like people don't just. Of course, like of course, like if you find like some of the content that the person like does entertaining, obviously like this doesn't create a situation where you will like drop him, right? But at the same time, you know, it still shows how moronic can he be, how he can be like confused, and that's the thing. Like, I'm sure this is not the only situation. I'm sure he had like all kinds of like other situations before when he said, and that's the thing, like while he was in OnlyFans, he already said a lot of dumb shit before that didn't make any sense. He already like fucked up so many times and justified like the stupidest fucking like decisions or whatever. So I mean, this is like not something new.
He's a 20-year player. He doesn't know this. We don't understand the boss mechanics.
No, you just don't understand what happened. So, and you don't even listen to what Zika says at that moment. So you don't understand what exactly is happening. Yeah, you're actually calling out yourself. Talk about being hypocritical. And that's the thing, like, this is the pussy. This is the pussy who talks big, but all what he is just a bloated fucking ego motherfucker.
At this game. Period. Stop. I know what to do this. You. Big heels on me! Big heels! That's wishing. Big heels on me.
Holy shit.
Okay, pulses. 10%.
Just vibing. Just chilling. You can't listen! He has this, by the way, this is the add-on. He has this, which cringe you have, says it plants his feet.
1,000.
Oh, the clip messed up. But stood in. Maybe, I'm not even mad that he ran at the end. Probably if everybody 100.
Oh, yeah, I mean, if he would realize that he's not going to make it, and he was not going to make it, he could have, like, stayed a little bit longer. That's true. But at the same time, it was still stupid. Like, it's like, let's finish the boss, but it's like, it's so, on the tip, it's like so, man. And that's the thing. It's like exactly when you already understand that the pulses are starting to hit harder and harder. And that's the thing, like you go like from like big hits to a huge hit really momentarily. It's like the pulse happens like every second. That's the thing. The pulse happens every second, and that's why it's so like fucking. That's why it's so deadly, and like the decision making to leave needs to happen like, really really fast. See, it's like already 2,000, and it didn't matter that he ran out. He's dead.
Congrats.
Oh, what? Yeah, he didn't survive that because like the final hit still grazed him over here. Maybe he needed to stand over here. And yeah, and that hit was like for 5,000 or for 3,000. I don't know.
Next up, PS Hero. When you played like this, but as well. Heels on me. Big heels on me. PS Hero pop sprint. Could was it? Everybody's here. Finish it. Finish it. And then let's watch. Let's watch. You can't listen. Finish it. Don't run. Finish. Finish. Don't run. Finish. About his specs. I don't really care about. Stay.
It's like, again, everybody is just questioning like, why would we do this strat? It's stupid that you haven't talked about it before. Oh, you didn't know how it's gonna go? Well, that's your fault. Man, what a dumb fucker. What a dumb fucker this Tyler1 is.
Yamato, let's just get it over with. Thing we've done. I played League with you freaks before. Yamato, I literally saved you from certain death.
It doesn't matter. Yeah, he saved Yamato from certain death. First of all, he convinced Yamato to play and not to lose his character, even though that's what should have happened. Because Yamato lost the duel, and Yamato said himself that he wants to kill the character because he's kind of like that's the deal. He's undeserving to live. He talked shit. He lost the duel. That's the deal. That's the deal. And he said that he wanted to die. With the character, but like Tyler1 convinced him to not kill the character. Like, let's survive. Let's try to survive, in that arena. And then a situation was created that it wasn't even like that dangerous. Like the level of danger was like from from a percent to 100%, it was like about like 5%, 10% tops. Like that was the danger. The risk of them actually like dying there or Yamato dying there was so fucking small. It was minuscule. It was literally like a small percentage that Yamato would actually die. Yeah. And that's the thing, like, now he talks about like the whole like friendship stuff or whatever, or like, oh, I did this for you and that. Like, and clearly anybody who actually has friends, not like Tyler1, but who actually has friends, understands how like moronic and confused he is about like friendship. You don't do things to get rewarded in a relationship. Maybe you do want to get rewarded, but like you don't beg for it, you don't ask for it. So when you act as if like you needed to receive something in return, dude, like that's not how relationships work. It doesn't mean like if this situation happens, then suddenly you're not friends. If you're friends, then you're friends. And if you're not friends, then you're not friends. So I guess like you don't even understand what friendship is about. So, and you think that like, oh, just because you did this, just because, oh, he did this for you or you did this for him, that means that somehow, like Yamato is like obligated to do what you want him to do, or like it's as if like if I would go like to my friends and I would say like, oh hey, like you know how we were friends for many years, and just because of that, can you like just do the shit for me, or you like can you buy me like a fucking monitor? Like my monitor is broken, you just buy me a monitor. Just because we're friends. You remember that, right? You remember that. Oh, remember how I helped you out back then? Oh, remember how I did this or that? And now I want my compensation. Come on, man. I want it now. I want you to do what I want. And that is like some real shit behavior. No wonder Tyler1 doesn't have any friends, because he's a fucking idiot.
And you...
Because mommy and daddy hasn't fucking taught him how to communicate with other people, how to make friends, how to socialize.
100%.
He'll probably learn how to socialize for the internet. Not the best teacher, by the way.
You with maybe that's what it is. You can't listen. Finish it. You can't turn around. Whatever. We drop a smile here.
At that point, he can't do anything anymore. When he started to do the mechanic, he can't do anything anymore.
We're smiling? Are we like embarrassed? Is that what that is? Really?
Well, it is funny that you screamed like an idiot, like an idiotic fucking gorilla, and then you die like a moron. It is funny. It is actually funny. This guy understands humor better than you will ever.
Bill, are we serious, by the way? Again, this ball, if anybody.
He's smiling himself. Oh, he understands it at least a little bit.
Decided to just...
It is a funny situation, because you, like a moron, made a stupid call, screamed at the top of your lungs like an idiot to do something stupid, completely like fucking dumb. Oh, like, hey, I want to suicide on this Baron in League. Like, come on guys. Look at us. We're like low HP. We're like fucking. We all are like 20% HP. We're all not like, 100% HP. We're all damaged, but we're gonna get like Baron, and like the enemy team is upon us. Let's overstay and kill the Baron. Literally, in League, it would be equivalent to the enemy team is really close by. They have a chance to steal the Baron, and you're not maximum HP. Your whole team is not 100% HP. You're like lower. And you're like, no, I still want to do the Baron. No. like a fucking moron. I'm telling you. Like, it is funny.
Again, you know, he stayed for sure.
Who stayed? Warden? What is he doing?
Like, he's staying.
Okay.
Like, he is,
500?
he is 100%
Okay.
staying
Next.
the boss. Like,
Next.
this is respect. Gordon has
Shut up.
accounts. No, this is the whole thing. Like, if
1,000?
he doesn't run,
Okay, 500, 1,000.
like, you know what I mean? Like, it's just like he did.
It's
say
too late.
initially, and if
It's too
everybody
late.
did what he just did for 2 seconds,
It's too late to run out.
beautiful,
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, people also like in this like hectic or like whatever, in this chaos, it's like, yes, okay, so we're overstaying, but like a good player will still understand kind of like when it's time to run out. But because usually like they don't do this thing, you know, they don't practice this, and they kind of like obviously like they miscalculate this because like the pulse happens every second. It happens too fast. When you already receive 1,000 damage and you're this close to the boss, it's already too late. Because the next pulse is going to kill you. Boom. Boom. Isn't he dead? Wait, did he survive?
you can't do it. I'm not telling you guys to told me to jump in front of traffic, bro. I was gonna get one shot.
Yeah, that's literally what you asked to do for people to do, to jump in front of traffic.
Actually, yes, it is. I'm
And maybe somebody will survive, obviously.
Was to lock it down 80% of them ran. Dude, also, I think it's like a league thing. Also. Because like if you do like Baron or Elder, for instance, when it gets low, you just finish it. You like
You can finish it, but at the same time, you moron, if you overstay, the enemy team might fucking kill you. That's how League is different, because you have like fucking enemy players that are might be right there to fucking maybe steal the Baron buff, or even if that's not the case, then they might kill you. You overstay, okay, you killed the Baron, but you're gonna get a full wipe maybe. Or maybe they're gonna kill a few of your fucking characters, or whatever, like in your team, and that's it, you know. And maybe they have like the advantage, and they just finish, and they win the game because you're a fucking moron who overstayed. And that's the thing, like overstaying in League, it's the most common, like, you know, killer of players. People usually die to overstaying. It happens like, especially to bad players, it happens like all the time. They're overstaying, they're overextending, they're going like too far, they're, you know, like killing something too fucking long or whatever, and they get punished constantly. And this is the same thing here, you know. He talks about it, but at the same time, you know, as a good League player, you don't want to overstay. It's stupid. Especially if you know that, like, if you see that you're gonna die, or you're gonna be really close to dying, then it's not worth it. Then the enemy fucking team might get ya. Okay.
millisecond tick of like when are we trying to parse? We're not trying to.
And a whole raid up until this moment, he talked about parsing. Like, why are you even talking about parsing, dude? You're shit. You're a shit player. And you're a tank. You don't even care about that. It doesn't matter what damage you do. All that matters is that you hold the fucking aggro. That's all. Why are you even talking about parsing? Oh, aren't we trying to parse? Are we trying to parse? No, they're not trying to parse. They're just trying to do the content. So you can like move on, you know. You can You can do the content, so you get the gear, and so you can actually do the other contents. And if you don't do any of this, and if you keep like fucking losing, if you keep like fucking being incompetent and not being prepared for this, then you're just gonna lose too much people, and then you won't have any people to play with, because nobody is gonna play, or nobody is not gonna re-level and all that kind of stuff. Immediately a shit ton of problems arises from this.
Half a tick, one tick, just okay. Me, sure, bro. Really? It's Jilly. I'm honest. She's going. Everybody out. Everybody out. Everybody out. Everybody out. Everybody out. Everybody back up. Okay. Go
Okay.
Go okay. Whatever. Bro.
What is she doing?
She stopped.
No, who's Julie?
Bro.
Oh, she's a hunter?
She stopped. I don't know how this. She just stops autoing. Not autoing. Look at her character just like standing there. Whatever. I don't even care. Standing. Whatever. Still standing. Standing.
Because she's just a bad player, and she's like, when you're screaming, it's like when you're driving, right? If you have like someone screaming, like sitting next to you and like commenting, screaming, or like fucking basically like drawing your attention with some kind of like stupid shits or stupid comments, how can you drive then? How can you drive and not fuck up? And that's why you tell the passenger to shut the fuck up, like, because like that is just distracting. You're just creating like a dangerous situation on the road. And here it's the same fucking thing. This obviously, you screaming like a moron doesn't help anyone. I'm a Perry Hastings monkey.
Bomb's coming. I'm not buying it. So then she runs.
Okay.
Just
Okay.
whatever.
Okay.
I understand. Geronimo, hunters are like, dude.
She's just a bad player. She didn't understand what she can do.
This guy.
And usually she starts her like whole attack rotation probably, and I'm just guessing, probably with like some kind of like arcane shot or whatever, right? Or like serpent sting, for instance, right? And that's how she starts the fights. Not with like auto shooting, but like not with auto shot, but like with an ability shots. That's how she's used to starting fights, and that means that like if she's like confused or something, or like something is distracting her, maybe she won't even think like to just auto shoot, even though like she still has it. So yeah. Not to blame. Maybe somebody like should have like fucking helped her at least, like to learn how to kite, how to auto shot, and even if you're out of mana, you can still kite around, you can still shoot, you can still do all that stuff, with the bow, or gun, whatever. You can still run around and shoot. Either way, even if you don't have any mana. Somebody should have taught her that, so yeah. No, she's not the one to blame. Okay.
You can't listen. Finish it. Don't finish. Like he has intercept up. He has all this shit up. He just is like giggling to himself, vibing, having a great time. Walks in and gets died.
Yeah, well, he just did something stupid. He just didn't think. He was like having too much of a good time, and he was just distracted by it, and that's why what happened. He just made a mistake of like going in, and especially he went in when it was like a bigger pulse, and you see like 3,300 damage. That is a shit ton of damage, brother. There it is. It's going like 3,300.
Walks in and it...
That's it. Oh, it was 3,300. That's the thing. He went in on the biggest pulses, because it's like 3,300, and then it's 5,000. Then it's 5,500. Does he even have 5,000 health? I don't see it here because it's like covered by the stupid ass fucking shits. What is it? 3,000? How much he has? Is it 6,000 out of 8,000? I don't even know. I don't even know.
Having a great time. Walks in and then.
Oh, no, wait a minute.
This. Self, vibing, having a great time.
Oh, there, I see it. I see it now. Okay, there was a tick there, and he has only 2,000 left. Yeah. Okay, I understand. I see it now. Because, like, it's really hard to see. Like, why is it always, like, on top of all of that stupid shit? Like, it's literally, like, fucking covering the health in World of Warcraft. So, yeah, like, he received that damage, and he received, the pulse that is, like, the one that is before the last one. And it's 3k and then 5k one, and he had like 6,000 health, even though it was like close to max, but it wasn't max. You know, that shit still killed him. You know.
Good job, hubby. Shit. Let's bomb. Big heals on me. Big heals on me. Who's parsing? Finish it.
Yeah, he has a warning and he just went out.
Okay,
He's just smart. Wait a minute.
Who's parsing?
He can't listen. So when he already said don't run, the running was already happening because people were reacting to the fucking pulses.
I mean, okay, never mind. But like, he heard, like, and then he actually delivers the killing blow. Respects at the end. We fought our demons, we went in. Love to see it. Ompi's, we already watched Ompi. Ompi was iffy. Bro, Ozzy was iffy. What a jump. Like, you were whisk we did. Like, I'm dead with this is so bad for the game. By the way, these things are so bad. Play the game. I hate it. You're not even playing. You're just literally...
Again, he's talking about the add-ons, but he doesn't understand what the add-ons are there for. Like a complete moron. Like, you're such a garbage player that for you to talk about, like, not having add-ons in raids on hardcore is complete insanity. You're crazy and you're stupid, and I already talked about it.
Dude, I can't stand parsing before. There's 30 POVs. Ran into the bomb. He ran into the bomb. It is what it is.
Wait a minute.
No, he ran into the bomb.
He survived with 100 HP? Yo!
Kill you in the last 6 seconds? I mean, dude, she didn't stay so long. 20 seconds alone. I said I was going to play with Caleb players so that I bomb and run into these. Can't do shit. You would be like, well, dude, you were the, by the way, raid leader / war chief. Guys! These guys were crying about, like, events and shit. Bro, there was one held event.
Uh-huh.
One. It was the hide and seek. What are we doing, by the way? Ugh, piss me off. It is.
Already a lot of stuff happened. A lot of stuff happened. And there were events. What do you mean? There was like a PvP event. There was like dueling that shit. There was like fucking tribute chests. There were some things. Some things were happening. But like some unexpected shit obviously, like, you know, like created a situation where, you know, you couldn't have these events. And that's the thing, like when this motherfucker became war chief, basically, like, some of the stuff, some of the events, they were just like put on hold. And that's the thing, it's not like he immediately like took the reins and did all of the shit that it was supposed to be done. No. Honestly, he took it as easy. He took it easy. Okay? Doing tribute chest once a week is nothing special, okay, motherfucker?
That's what it is. You had fun? I mean, it wasn't like, I don't think level.
But that's the thing, like, gearing, and how about, like, also, like, fucking managing your guild, and, you know, and then, like, also, like, doing the events? How about that, you know? How about that? And Soda would do all of that if he wouldn't die. That's the thing. But he died, and then you needed to do all of that shit, but you didn't. So, like, fucking shut up about it? Maybe shut the fuck up? I don't know. Just a suggestion, you know, respectfully.
So if raids are not fun, they aren't. Like, the playing football.
Who's not fun?
Raids are not fun.
Raids are not fun, but without add-ons, they're going to be even more shit. They're going to be even more boring, and they're going to be, like, way longer.
Aren't. Waiting for somebody to maybe die, and then it's like, half of them are screaming, half of them are just...
And it doesn't even matter if raids are fun or not. What makes raids fun or not also is the people that, you know, like, that talk, that communicate, and all that stuff. You know? That matters. People you're playing with. So I don't know what you're talking about.
So, parting words.
Yeah, okay, like, I mean, like, maybe some gameplay is boring, but it doesn't mean that it's boring if you're playing with somebody with whom you're interested playing with. So that argument is a pretty bad argument. That argument is basically not considering the fact that you're playing with other people. It's as if like you're playing with some kind of like bots or whatever. And you're like complaining about the raid being boring or whatever. And how is it boring when you're not even prepared for it? You're not doing the mechanics. You're not actually raid leading. You're not actually doing the job that you were like assigned. What?
You're an absolute rogue.
It's like, it's not like he was, you know, he already did like 180 times. Like, it's not as if he did Molten Core 180 times already. Like he did UBRS, right? It's not the same thing. It's different. So, like, it's something new for you. It's like newer content for you. He did like a more Molten Core once, but at the same time, I mean, like, if you're so shit at it, then for you to complain that it's boring, it's like, yeah. If it's boring, why are you even playing this game, you fucking idiot?
Bro, halfway through the raid, guys, pass out in the loop. Like, just listen. I kind of have the same problem in League 2. PS Hero, the audacity to didn't turn around. Watch what Waz did. Bro, you're really killed it? Specking. This deal about Pirate, like a huge deal. Scum. You are absolute scum.
What?
About Pirate? Like, whatever, it is what it is. These guys made a huge deal about Pirate. Like, a huge deal. He got so much blah, 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 hate, whatever,
yeah.
blah, 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 blah.
Yeah,
They did
because
that. Scum. You are absolute scum.
his behavior
anyway,
was complete shit, and now you're doing the same. You're also behaving like a fucking moron, like a little, like a huge crying baby, like an obnoxious moron, like an incompetent motherfucker. You act in a really shitty way. You act in a toxic way. You don't know what you're talking about. You're completely confused about add-ons. You're completely confused about raiding. You're completely confused about like hardcore. You're completely confused about like what's better content and what's not. You know, and obviously like people dying is not really good content at this point. In this raid, people dying is boring content. Nothing good came out of it. Practically nothing good. Yeah, so, and you're also like misrepresenting some of the raiders with whom you've been like in a raid, right? Like Zico and some of the others. You're misrepresenting how they went about the situation, especially Zico. The fact that he like talked shit about Zico when Zico didn't just press ice block because he was scared or something. He pressed ice block to fucking remove a debuff. You're an idiot. You're a complete idiot. He did that to preserve mana. You don't understand shit, so why the fuck you talk? And then like same with Yamato. Yeah, okay, like Yamato just... He's new to WoW, and he did the mechanic. You should be praising him. You're the only idiot who wanted to do something stupid, something that practically has like zero rewards. You're a complete idiot. And also like the same thing as like he didn't understand anything about Zico, the same way he didn't understand anything about like about Ampi. Why did Ampi jump in? Because Ampi saw like the boss health. He kind of either felt or understood that the boss might die right now, and he fought or felt as if it's safe enough or it's doable to jump in right now, to charge in back and maybe like execute the boss and finish him right now. But it was also a miscalculation on his part, just like the other guy, about like how much damage he will receive. He just, it wasn't clear because it's not something that you usually do. It's not something you have like experience on. So when it actually happens, and the pulses happen like so fast, like each second, 1, 2, 3, you know, it's like, and when it's the last pulses, you know, he miscalculated, he didn't understand or like got confused, and didn't understand that he wouldn't even be able to do anything there, and he literally got hit like twice or whatever, and that shit like killed him off. He wasn't able to do anything. Ampi wanted to go in, but it was literally like at a bad time. It was at the shit time when the damage was the highest, and it just killed him in 2 fucking hits. And that's it. Yeah, and another thing, last thing, this motherfucker even is confused about like what friendship is. Imagine that he lost a friend. If he was actually friends with Yamato, that he lost his friendship with Yamato just because Yamato like ran out, and then Yamato didn't know what to do because obviously he's not gonna run into the mechanic that can kill him. Obviously, he can't really do anything there. I mean, maybe he can throw some knives, but like he didn't even think about it. Just like the girl over there, you know, like the hunter or whatever. Just like she didn't, you know, either understand or maybe she didn't want, but probably didn't understand and didn't realize that she can still like shoot her bow. Same way, like Yamato didn't understand that he can like throw knives or whatever, you know. Same fucking thing, or maybe like throw a bomb. Maybe he had like some kind of bomb or whatever. Wait a minute, bomb? Do bombs even work on Baron Geddon? He's fire. Maybe he's immune. Yeah, probably he's immune. Yeah, so, yeah, he's even like confused about like the Yamato situation. It's like if you're friends, you literally lost your friend over you fucking up big time, and Yamato doing the shit by the book and like doing the strats, and he's new to WoW. And he's not gonna go against the strat that easily because, you know, it's just like he's already running out. Okay, he ran out, and now he's like, you know, deciding like what to do. Oh, okay, I can't go back in because it's like, it's even more dangerous now or whatever. He probably didn't even understand that, but still, he doesn't understand that it's dangerous and he can die there. So why would he even like sacrifice his character over there? You know, like what? He should be praised. He did the mechanic right, and he would like go back in as soon as the mechanic would be over. And same thing Tyler1 should have done. He should have ran out, went back in, and finished the goddamn boss. And that's it. It would be over, and nobody would die. Probably nobody would die. Or maybe some would die from the living bomb still, because, you know, Tyler fucked up the calls. But, I mean, great. Yeah, while he was screaming, he was obviously he wouldn't be able to concentrate. Even more, he wasn't able to call out the living bomb than before. But he wasn't even doing that before, so it doesn't matter. What a fucking moron! Fuck you for this. You act in the shittiest way possible. There's so many problems with every take that you make, with every argument that you make. All of your arguments are weak. You're fucking weak-minded. You're stupid. You're a moron. You're a fucking idiot. You confuse all of the shit. You've twisted it all so fucking hard. You're a complete dumbass. Fuck you for all of this. Before, it wasn't as bad. There were some situations, but it wasn't as bad. But this is just fucking like brain dead shit. Like Tyler1 is literally brain dead motherfucker. Fuck you, ape. You're an idiot. You fucked up some people, and you fucked up OnlyFans. You know, you ruined OnlyFans a little bit just because you're a fucking idiot who can't listen and pay attention. You impatient fuck. Cheers, guys. Thanks for watching.